Hi, in this video I want to show you how to actually navigate the class material. Now on my screen are two things. On the left is my administration access, how I view it as the person who is running the course, and on the right I have how it looks like for you as a student. So these are both my accounts, but obviously with different privileges. Now, I want us to focus on the right. So what I'm going to do is I'll go to the home page and show you all the components as they appear and which ones you need to pay attention to. So at the moment, we are on the stream tab, and the stream tab is simply messages that have been sort of like notifications that you'll see. And then you have the classwork tab, and this is where you'll spend most of your attention working through the different exercises. And then in the people tab, you have all the other people who are attending the course. Unfortunately, you can't contact them. At the moment, we've designed it so that you can only see their names. You can't interact with them. You can't get in touch with them. So let's focus on the classwork tab. The classwork tab has got all the material for all the weeks, plus an extra section at the top, which has general information. Excuse me. So the general information at the moment just has this code quick wins book. So if you click on that and you click on the link, you'll then open the book. You can download the book if you want. I don't think you need to log in. Well, it shows you the material as the Google Doc, but you should have access to the material on your own. Like if you go to the course website, you will see the material. The course website is sci2pro.com/30-day TOC challenge. So that has got everything you need to know, including the links to the code quick wins. I can click on that also. So here you'll have the online documentation, the PDF if you want to download the PDF, as well as the videos. Now, bear in mind, these videos are also provided within. The slides are also provided. In fact, maybe I should add them to the material. And then there's a set of multiple choice questions if you want to look at. But let's go back to the Google Classroom. This is really where you need to focus. So we've seen the book. I'm going to add the video I'm recording now to this section as well. But let's look at the week by week material. So the week by week material is broken into different topics. So in week 1, you're looking at setup and fundamentals. In week 2, you look at working with lists. Week 3, you're looking at working with dictionaries. Week 4, you're looking at the if construct for branching. Week 5, you're looking at the for construct for looping. And week 6, you're looking at the def construct. Now in between, in some of the exercises, you'll also learn a few other constructs. You learn how to open files, you learn how to work with the while construct. But for the most part, the main topics are the ones that are listed here. Now, the number of exercises vary depending on the week. The first week is the one with the most exercises, but at the same time, they're the simplest. So these exercises are designed to just get your juices flowing and get you to just familiarize yourself with different tasks. So for each week, there's an introductory section that outlines the objectives of that week. I'd advise you to read that. And then there is material that you need to follow. In this case, we have a video. And if I click on this video opens on YouTube. It's a public video. It's available for anyone. And you can actually watch and see how to get started. One. So it describes how to also set up your computer using PyCharm, using Git, GitHub, and ensuring that Python is installed. So please go through that before you do anything else. That is perhaps the most important thing. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is I'll actually move that material. That should be part of the sort of like foundation material. So I'll move this up here so that, let's see if that'll actually work. It doesn't work right now, but I'm going to do that. I think I know what I need to do. I need to edit it and remove and say that it doesn't belong to any section, so no topic. That's the way it's going to actually end up there. Okay, there we go. And I can move this one to be just before that. Okay, that's just going to be a bit more. Okay, so now that I've changed that, the next thing you'll see is, so if I refresh this, then we will see it's been restructured. So now we have getting started. And then on week 1 is now where you have the material on IO, atoms, and operators. And just like before, if you click on that, it's going to show you the video. I will also add the slides here, and I will also add the link to the multiple choice questions so that you can also test yourself. I think it's a good thing to try those out because they just check that you understand what you're doing. Now I'm going to make a separate video on how to actually submit your exercises, but something I'd like to pay attention to is each of the exercises there's text for the exercise. I think you can actually click on the exercise itself and it'll open, the instructions will open separately. And that's the instruction, and then this is the rubric. The rubric says, what do you need to do in order for you to get full marks? So these are some of the questions you need to read through and make sure that it does follow. Unfortunately, it doesn't render very nicely. So whenever you see a star, that should be a bullet point. Now, you can add or create your work, and then you can mark it as done once you're done. And we'll see that in the next section. So let's just go back here. So that's how all the exercises are and all the weeks are. They're structured in exactly the same way. Some material covers more than 1 week. So for example, containers is for both lists and dictionaries, so it doesn't get repeated here. So when you watch the video on containers, just pay attention to lists, and then later on you'll pay attention to dictionaries when you come on week 3. And it's the same thing with constructs. The chapter on constructs applies to if construct, def construct, and for construct. You can also view your work. At the moment, this individual hasn't submitted anything, so you can see that everything has been assigned, but nothing has been completed. And once work has been assigned, then we're going to actually see how that works. So that's it for just an overview of the course. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to click on new announcement, or if you want to ask a question, and I'll respond to that. Alternatively, within the classwork, you can also write a comment. So if you want a comment very specific to a particular question, you can add a comment right at the bottom there like that. Okay, so that's all for this video. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to actually submit your work.